Welcome. How's everybody doing this evening? How are y'all? Did y'all get some dinner? Thanks for first, Matt. Morky got second. Sazriel got third. Thanks for the tribute, Morky. How are y'all? Did y'all have a good weekend? I had what felt like a very busy weekend, and it also felt rather unproductive, but I was told I was productive for the amount of shit I got done, I guess. Who knows? Oh, hi, Fauna, how are you? Welcome in. Did you get some dinner? How was your weekend? How was your Monday? You can't sleep? Oh no. Hopefully you can lay down, take some deep breaths, listen to something calming and relax a little. Eating dinner, you will never... I'm gonna guess one of your stacker thingies, Sazriel. It's either that or tacos. That's always kind of your go-to, huh? Do we want to try tacos? Nice. Did you make the tacos, or did you get them from somewhere? Meh. Friggin' throat doing things. Now let's talk about... Good. Gotta get your system cleared out. Thanks for the tribute, Dennis. How are you? Welcome in. Did you get some dinner? Did you have a good weekend? Thanks for the tribute, Fauna. I bought this pretty blue slinky to play with, but getting it to make a noise has kind of not been the easiest. It's kind of working. Well, tonight we're going to do the part 2 of the Goth Bully script that we did not last week, 2 weeks ago. And then we're going to continue the day the world ended. We are on chapter 6. Thanks for the tribute, Matt. You made a burger with shredded cheese. Oh no, I always hate when that happens. Like, it's one thing when it's you, right? Like, you just forgot. But like, when you double check with somebody and then they don't give you a list of things that you're out of. Or like, if they used the last of something and didn't tell you. It's the worst. My little sister used to do that a lot when I was little. Be so excited to go get some ice cream or whatever it was. And then I'd get home and find out that she ate it all. Or like, it was even worse when I would mention it earlier in the day. So she would get home earlier and eat the rest of it just to spite me. My little sister was a very spiteful little bitch. She still is, actually. That's still a thing. And I don't speak to her because I don't need that energy in my life. She wants to live her life that way. That's all on her. She got some dinner, Matt. What did you have to go with the burger, Dennis? Anything fun and exciting? Maybe some pork and beans? It's worse because I was like, maybe I should pick up some sliced cheese, but I thought I was fine. I always hate that. When you know you have some at home and then you go home just to find it's not good no more. That's kinda the worst. Like, oh no, I for sure bought cheese last week. It should be fine. No, it's not fine. It's not fine. And now you have to add cheese to your list. Fun and exciting. Me? No. I mean, you had your birthday. That could have been fun and exciting. Hope. I'll have faith. How are you? Welcome in. You got some dinner? Or are you still at work? But yeah, no, as last couple of years, I've gotten to where I will download the Matt. I've gotten to where I will download the apps for the different places I'll grocery shop, and then as I run out of things, I will add them to my cart on the app. So when I go to the store, I can just pull open the app and have basically my grocery list. You had popcorn chicken. Nice. Did you have anything to do with the popcorn chicken or just the popcorn chicken? You did finish your Lego car. Nice, nice. How's it look? Do you feel accomplished? I'm listening to Jen Raw too. Hey yo. Penny Babe is just laying there. You can't really see his face, but his eyeballs are just staring at me. Think it looks sick. You'll post photos later. Good, good. Do we think we are ready for this script? I don't know that I'm ready for this script, but here we are. I got like 2 hours of sleep last night. I went out. I slept in late, first of all. No, I'm Dennis for this. The amount of ready jokes we get to make now. No, I woke up late yesterday and I ate and sat on the porch with the cats because that is our typical like weekend thing. We hang out on the porch, especially if it's cool enough. I was maybe going to do a bunch more yard work and prep some areas for more plants this fall, but it sounds like my mother will be coming here at the end of August, and I'll just wait for her to come to help me prep them, and then I'll plant in spring. But no, so we hung out on the porch in the heat for a little while, and then we went out and did garden things. I picked anything that was ready in the garden. I trimmed... What did I trim? I trimmed up my tomato plants a little bit. I picked a shitload of my peppers. I did post a photo of them on Discord. Pretty sure I did. To make y'all jealous of my food. Not really though. I just like sharing garden things. Yeah, I did post a photo. So I had Tabasco peppers. I had a giant Marconi pepper. I had some serranos. I picked some Cajun bell peppers from my uncle's house. I don't know what those are, but I gotta try them and find out. I picked an orange bell pepper. I picked a bunch of tiny little baby Thai chilies. I don't think I'm ever gonna do that variety of Thai chili again because I feel like trying to work with those is gonna be a pain in my butt. I got a few cayennes. I got a couple of beef steak tomatoes. They are just starting to blush, so I need to let them finish ripening inside. Then I got a couple Romas and some tomatillos and some habaneros and a bunch more sun gold cherry tomatoes and then some regular cherry tomatoes. And then some like chili red peppers is what they're called. I think they're like a bird's eye sort of chili. Everything I've looked up says they're gonna be hot, like 50,000 Scovilles or hot. So, Dad's been gonna ask me about my dating life. You're too nice to stay out of the friend zone. What does that even mean? How is somebody too nice to stay out of the friend zone? I'm supposed to be a pain in your... I mean... Damn, Zazriel. Damn. Oh, and then I found a husk from... I think that's a cicada. On my coneflowers while I was trimming those up. And it's been hot and humid here, so while I was doing all the yard work I was all kinds of hot and sweaty. Frickin' sweat dripping down everywhere. It was kind of gross. I came in and showered. I wanted to try and make should have been you. Ew. My shower, Lookman. Did you get some dinner? I was kind of gross. I was sweaty. I was in the garden doing stuff. What else did I do? Oh, I wanted to make a peach bourbon jam. But I needed crystallized ginger for that. So I don't know if we're going to get to that. But I think I am going to try a peach, like, habanero jam. I think I've got the stuff for that. I need to figure out the pectin amount. And the peach amount, but I think it'll be good. I did not say I was hoeing it up in a garden. I've only used a hoe a few times, mainly in Minecraft. My garden sounds awesome. It's a lot of work actually, and I want to put in another garden bed further over. And I picked up a like trellis thing for next year so that I can hopefully just put something that trellises on like the edge of the bed and then put stuff that can tolerate some shade inside so that whatever climbs up the trellis will kind of protect it a little bit. I don't know either, but he keeps telling me this shit. Why is your therapist giving you messages from your father? That sounds... If it's bothering you, it's certainly something to discuss with the therapist. There's likely a boundary there. You like shade, you'll hang out there? Fair. In my dirt. Yeah, I got my garlic ordered for this fall as well. I either asked her to stop. Good. Hopefully she respects that. If she doesn't, it might be time to find a new therapist or bring up the issue. I still probably need to talk about your father because issues, but anywho, should we get to the script so that we can get to the book? Why do I hear a slinky? Because I'm sitting here playing with a slinky. I picked one up. Phil needed to check out the slinky. Oh no. Hi baby boy, what are you doing? Oh, that was a shake. Good shake. My baby. Don't let them know you. Who is they, Sazrael? This isn't a sleep paralysis demon. Hi, baby. You know, I picked up a little slinky. So I'm sitting here fidgeting with it. while talking. Baby boy, you are blocking my camera. Slinkies, they're evil. At what? Is this like you don't feed your whatever it is after midnight because it becomes a gremlin? Is that what this is? My baby. This Slinky can't pet you. What are you doing, pretty boy? Oh, baby, what are you doing? May you lay down? Yeah, have you ever put a slinker under? It pinches. I bet it does pinch, Sazriel. Your poor skin. And no, I haven't put, well, it's technically on my thumb right now. But my thumb is significantly smaller than the slinky. So it's not exactly pinching. Yeah, baby. It's not. I'm petting you, but Faith can't see that I'm petting you. So I gotta do that later. Oh, your kidney ditch. Jojo. So what's up? Are you licking because Fel licked? Is that all it takes? One lick to start them all? Hi, baby. You gonna go back into your box? Pretty boy. Yes. That's all it takes. Fel starts licking me, so you gotta start licking me. Freddy, we're here to have Freddy licking me. My baby. What are you doing? I feel like you want cuddles, but you don't know that you want cuddles yet. Can't let Fel have all the fun. You're not wrong. And baby boy. That's your ears twitching on my mic. That's not very helpful. Yeah, that's not very helpful. You can make a lick emote real quick. You could. Are you getting down, pretty boy? Are you gonna lay down? Because I'm gonna need you to stop making noises while I record. Yeah. Okay. Lay down, pretty boy. Okay, so this will be a Goth police script by Oscar Etel. I don't know how to pronounce it. Etteux. Okay. The summary is the goth girl you vaguely know invites you out shopping at the last minute. Her friend canceled, and she decided you were the replacement. Now, you have to keep her company, carry a few things, and help her decide what to buy. Okay, since Fel was like in front of me, let's throw Audacity up here. Let's go. Should never be anybody's second choice. Should be their first choice. And they should choose you each and every day. You and the relationship. Okay, how are we feeling about the music? Do we want to keep this or do we want to try something a little different? We did do that jazz preach. Alright, how are you? Welcome in. Did you get some dinner? Did you do some heavy metal? Not for ASMR nights. We could do the noir jazz. Okay. Goth bully. Are we ready for this? I don't know that I'm ready for this, but here we are. You lost your appetite after making... Oh, I hate when that happens. Did you at least throw it into individual containers so you can have quick, easy meals to reheat? And that's usually what I do. Or I freeze some of it. That works too. Okay. Are you ready for this? I don't know that I'm ready for this, but here we are. Nah. Oh, we should probably start the ad first, huh? Because there's an ad coming soon. And we don't want the ad to interrupt the script. So we'll start the ad now, and then we'll have an hour. I felt nauseous, so I just tossed it. That's fair. That's for sure one of those times where I will just take it, put it in bags or something and freeze it. Especially if it's something... Ooh, you should, for sure. Especially if it's something that I typically like and I'm just not feeling right now. I'll always freeze that. I'm supposed to do that. I mean, fuck, just even put it in a gallon bag and freeze it. It'll be fine. Worst case, you take it out, realize that no, it's still, and you throw it away then. At least you attempted to save it. 10. Okay, give me the ones with just the chocolate glaze on them, though. Not the chocolate glaze, the chocolate frosting. No filling. I don't like. I just like a regular raised donut with the chocolate glaze, icing, whatever the fuck it is. Could always do it. Baker's dozen. Baker's dozens are a thing. I think whatever they used to dye, this slinky's coming off on my fingers because they have a blue tint to them now. We're stalling. We're waiting for the ad to end, and then we can start the script, just in case anybody's really wanting to hear it. Eat all the donuts? Dude, I'd get so sick. Okay, if I go, I just got my car. Have fun. Yeah, no, I can only eat like a few. Well, that's not true. There's definitely been nights where I'll get 6 donuts from the store on my way home, and then I'll just keep eating them throughout the night. It'll be my dinner, and then my late night snack, and my after work snack. Krispy Kreme, I can eat 5 before feeling sick. Yeah, I usually about 3. My stomach's like, you probably shouldn't have done that. And then I eat all of them, and then I pay for it. Because again, it shouldn't have done that. Their density. See, oh, that's a question. Are y'all raised donut people or cake donut people? Because I am very much a raised donut person. I don't really like cake donuts. Okay. Are Round Rock donuts and no one can? I don't know that I've ever had them. I think Krispy Kreme's overhyped. I do like their like classic glazed donut. But I think you can get just as good donuts other places. For a while, they still exist. There was a Hertz Donuts, and they do the like crazy topping donuts. Like the ones with all the freaking cereals on them and candy and all kinds of other shit. No cake donuts, yeah. You enjoy both, that's fair. They're not a chain specific. Oh, okay. You don't know the difference? So the cake donuts are typically a denser, heavier, smaller donut, whereas the raised ones are like Krispy Kremes, essentially. It's a light, fluffy dough. Name of it is also the name of where it's from. I figured. Krispy Kreme, Tim Hortons, and Lee's here. Interesting, okay. I've never had Tim Hortons. But like, you can find a lot of our grocery stores will have donuts. Walmart has donuts called Love's Donuts. Ooh, nice. This is the best donuts I've ever had. Fresh every morning, absolutely divine. Nice. Yeah, I don't typically go out and get donuts, and like a couple of the gas stations will do donuts. I don't. Meh. I don't really get donuts very often. Speaking of donuts, are we ready to go on a date? Tim Hortons after 2012 has gone downhill. Fluffiest donuts I've ever had. Nice. Yeah, I've never had Tim Hortons. I've heard that they're good. Had to pull out speech to text. Holy typos. I'm good. Okay. Let's get into this. Let's stop fidgeting with the slinky. Okay. Ready? Mom said, I look like the one you should avoid? Why? What makes me look like that? Has she met me? Has she seen my personality? Because, my personality is probably more of a red flag, but that's fine. One day I'll get my car and actually drive straight home instead of being just... Nah. Absolutely distracted. All the distractions. Okay. Okay, let's do the script before we get too distracted. Oh, are you moving? Because if you move, you make noise. Are you getting down? Us distracted? Never. Cute. Okay. Are you gonna follow him, baby girl? Speech to text twice and I already hate it. It's nuanced. You have to learn how to use it properly. Okay. What the fuck is it hearing? look who actually came. I know I texted you kind of last minute, so I was a little worried you'd blow me off. But my friend canceled, and I was already dressed, makeup done, everything. So there was no way I was gonna stay home. Besides, shopping alone is just not the same. What the fuck is that? So there was no way I was gonna stay home. Mouth noise. Besides, okay. Just do some squats, it'll be fine. Okay. Besides, shopping alone is just not the same. So I thought of you. Don't ask me why. Holy noise, Batman. Stomach, it's fine. Besides, shopping alone is just not the same. So I thought of you. Don't ask me why. Who did it? Who did it? Don't ask me why. One of the cats jumped down somewhere. That's what they did. So I thought of you. Don't ask me why. Well, random guys always come up to me like, nah. My words know how to work. My mouth knows how to work, I promise. It better know how to work. We gotta do some reading. So I thought of you. Don't ask me why. Well, random guys always come up to me when I'm by myself. But if you're there, they'll probably assume Ugh. Oh my god. Oh my god, Zart, how are you? Welcome in. Did you get some dinner? Where would you like to go? I'm gonna assume here. Am I right? Okay. We now have a Cozart. Okay, back to the script to get some dinner. But if you're there, they'll probably assume but words, we know how to words. Well, random guys always come up to me when I'm by myself. But if you're there, they'll probably assume you're my... Let's just say it'd be less annoying. And yeah, I know I kind of interrupted whatever you were doing. Like, I'm sure you have all your little hobbies and whatever. But I figured you'd be into this. Better get a minute and no, I'm about to head to bed. Ooh, fair, fair. Hopefully you sleep well. How's life been? How's your, was it your foot you broke? Your leg? You broke a thing. Like, I'm sure you have all your little hobbies and whatever. But I figured you'd be into this. So there's this thrift store I've been wanting to check out. You might even find something that suits your taste. It's right this way. Come on, let's go. You want to be on my nose? That was wait, okay. Okay. I thought I could remember if you had mentioned it was fully healed or not. nose. That's where we're wanting to go. Oh no, let's not make me small. We're making you small. This is what we want to do to me? Really? There, you're on my nose. Itty bitty. Life with all the shit that's going on has been, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So you're back to work and everything. Oh, are you going back up to lay down, baby boy? Is it you making all the noises? Mm-hmm. Baby boy, are you gonna lay down? Baby boy. Oh my god. Where would you like to go, Dennis? Top of head. Like very top of head? Oh, it didn't pin you to me. That'll do. Sleep well, Cozart. Okay, now I've got the party on me. Oh, Fell's back. Fell's back. Take this and move it down here. So I could probably just move that up there. And then move me over a little bit. And then we're gonna move Phil down a little bit. Or Phil on top. Oh, undo that one. We don't want that one. That was bad. That was a bad move. Okay. Now I can see. Yo, okay. Okay. Back to the script. Where did we stop? Right there. Okay. It's right this way. Come on, let's go. Oh, and now that you've shown up, don't start thinking about bailing or pretending you don't know me. What? Are you scared people will think I'm bullying you into this? Relax. You showed up on your own, and I'm not actually a bully. Remember? Anyway, stay close. I don't want to have to drag you over. Wait, you think this haircut suits me? I heard that car. I don't want to have to drag you over. I need that car to shut up. I'm not a bully, right? Just put me back. welcome in. Enjoy your stay. Did you get some dinner? Thank you for the follow. That was a hell of a thing to come in on. Okay, we're fine. It's fine. Back to the script now that the loud collar's gone away. Anyway, stay close. I don't want to have to drag you over. Wait. Do you think this haircut suits me? Really? You always say that kind of thing out of nowhere. You know that, right? Yeah, it's literally the first time I've tried it. I saw this tutorial online and I figured, why not? You like it tied up like this? Me too, honestly. It's kind of nice. But I see you made an effort too. No point pretending you didn't. I noticed. Well, for someone who clearly had like 10 minutes to panic and pick outfits, you didn't do too bad. I'm impressed. Anyway, it's right here. You'll prefer to be tied up instead. Damn. Damn, Dennis. Okay. I'm impressed. Anyway, it's right here. Doesn't look like much, but apparently it's a gold mine for deals. Looks like we've got the whole store to ourselves. The fun thing about thrift stores is you never know the history behind what you find. Oh my god, look at this thing. A long black dress? It definitely belonged to some widow whose husband all died mysteriously. Empty store, that means free shit. No, that does not, even if the store's empty. Okay, I think I heard kids in that one. Oh, calm down, Tummy. This thing. A long black dress? It definitely belonged to some widow whose husbands all died mysteriously. Go look around on your side, too. I said I wanted you close, but live your life a little. Wait, no. Actually, hold this for me. I'm gonna go try this on. Oh, and this one too. Oh wait, this skirt would go with it. Just doing all kinds of shopping here. I don't think I've ever experienced this going shopping. Shopping's always been a nightmare. Okay. Oh, and this one too. Oh wait, this skirt would go with it. I'm into anything oh, holy, no, I don't like the way that sounded. Let's try that again. Oh, and this one too. Oh wait, this skirt would go with it. I'm into anything semi-sheer, lace, veils, that kind of thing. Oh, and silver jewelry. I'm a sucker for silver jewelry. Actually, can you hold this necklace too? And this bag. These boots too. They're a little scuffed, but I could totally fix them. Wait. You're literally carrying half the store right now. You look like a walking coat rack. Hold on. Let me take a few of those off of you. But wait. Let me get a picture first. All I can see is your head sticking out of that pile. This is killing me. But smile anyway for the photo. Come on, smile for me. You would. Come on, smile for me. There, just like that. I'm sending it to you right now. Congrats. You just got yourself a brand new profile picture. Anyway, enough talking. Time to actually try all this on. Hold this for a second. And don't peek. These fitting rooms have curtains instead of proper doors. You can wait over there. Close enough that I can find you. Okay, come tell me what you think. It's a fitted, black, off-the-shoulder top with sheer mesh sleeve. Those are words. Enunciate. Okay, come tell me what you think. It's a fitted, black off-the-shoulder top with sheer mesh sleeves. The sleeves have little thumb holes. Totally the kind of thing I'm into. Okay, approval noted. I'm keeping this one in the maybe pile. I'm gonna try on a few more things. Go find something for yourself if you want. This is totally a dentist thing. A few more things. Go find something for yourself if you want. Just stay somewhere I can find you. Why is that so noisy? That was too noisy. A few more things. Go find something for yourself if you want. Just stay somewhere I can find you. Okay. Come over here. I think this outfit actually slays. It's a fitted black dress with a square cut top. The skirt's long with slits on both sides. There are these sheer black veils draped over the shoulders. They fall over the dress and move when I walk. Very mystical. What? Why are you being so quiet? Hello? Earth to you. Hey, stop staring at me like that. What do you mean? What's that supposed to mean, Dennis? You heard me. Okay, we're 6.5 minutes in. And we're over halfway done. Closer to like 2/3 done. Okay. Hey, stop staring at me like that. I'm gonna flick you on the forehead. Oh, there you are. Someone found their ability to speak again. Yeah, okay, I got it. You approve of the outfit. But you could have used actual words, like a civilized person. Don't let me catch you doing that again, okay? You were like 2 seconds away from drooling. Yes, you were. Your mouth was literally open. I had time to notice because you were just standing there, speechless. But anyway, that doesn't sound like you, Dennis. Not at all. Speechless. But anyway, I think I'm getting it. Not because you liked it. I already liked it before you started malfunctioning. Your reaction didn't affect my decision or anything. But tell me, do you seriously spend all that time carrying my stuff and staring at me? Well, that's not the word. That word is did. Or anything. But tell me, did you seriously spend all of that time carrying my stuff and staring at me? And still not find anything for yourself? You did actually look, right? There's no way you found absolutely nothing in there. It's fine. I'm kidding. We're gonna find you something. If clothes aren't really your thing, we can check out the accessories. Like pins. A blat. A what? It's supposed to be a bat. That's what I was supposed to say. Like pins. A bat. Or maybe a black cat. Wait, look at this one. It says, fondle with care. That's so stupid. Okay, I'm getting you the black cat one. Go wait for me by the entrance. So I was supposed to read a bat, but then I was looking forward and saw a black cat. So I said blat. That is the wrong words. Very much the wrong words. Okay, I'm getting you the black cat one. Why did you lag by the entrance? Lift your chin. Hold still. I'm just putting the pin on. Nope, that's not what we want to say. Lift your chin. Hold still. I'm just putting the pin I got you on. Stop moving. There. All done. I managed to talk them into giving me a discount too. No, they weren't scared of me. It was just my amazing negotiation skills. I have a head for business. And you did surprisingly well today. So I guess I'm gonna have to reward you somehow. Ooh, what do we think she's gonna reward him with? Bad internet. Oof, that's no fun. Today. So I guess I'm gonna have to reward you somehow. What if we did this again sometime? Not necessarily this store, just other stuff. Whatever. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it yet. But you should think about it too. Give me some ideas for next time. And don't start... You should think about it too. Give me some ideas for next time. And don't start acting pleased with yourself. This isn't a date. Anyway, I'm really thirsty. Not for water. Coffee, obviously. A crisp high five, that's all you require, Dennis? Noted. Coffee, obviously. You can get me one. Come on. I know a place not too far from here. It's pretty chill. We shouldn't get bothered there. Let's go. Okay. Do we want to edit it here? Do we want to leave it for later? Hey, I bought you a pin and I invited you to go shopping with me. The least you can do is get me a coffee. This would be Goth Bully Part 2. Fine if I put I do put it like that. Okay. That's the script. We have it all done. Did we want to listen through or do we want to just go on to the book? Jen's audio is playing chess with us? What do you mean it's playing chess with you? What? You're playing checkers. That's fair. I'm not a big chess person. It predicted Dennis. Oh, you're right. It did. Okay, so listen through, or do we want to just switch over to the book? Thoughts, opinions. Yeah, listen through. All right. Look who actually came. I know I texted you kind of last minute, so I was a little worried. Welcome in, Raiders. How are you? How's stream? Thanks for the raid, Perfect Bray. If you don't know already, I am Jenna Flames. I'm just a saucy little redhead that's sometimes okay at flirting. We just finished recording a cute little goth bully script, and we will be moving on to reading The Day the World Ended. How are you? How was stream? What's your favorite trigger that Danny does? The stream is a Decepticon party now. Oh no! Where are the Autobots when we need them? That's fair. That's fair. Have fun with your friend. Thanks for the raid. Oh my god. Thank you for the gift subs. If y'all need to raid and run, feel free to do so. Go get some water, get some food. Take care of yourselves. Hopefully we can continue this crazy party. We are about to listen through the script we just recorded and see how well we did. Oh fuck, we have a hype train too. Y'all don't need to do that. We're good. We're chilling. Just come hang out. Thank you for the gift subs. Okay, we're gonna listen through. See what we see. Hear what we hear. Look who actually came. I know I texted you kind of last minute, so I was a little worried you'd blow me off. But my friend canceled, and I was already dressed, makeup done, everything. So there was no way I was gonna stay home. Besides, shopping alone is just not the same. So I thought of you. Don't ask me why. Well, random guys always come up to me when I'm by myself. But if you're there, they'll probably assume you're my Let's just say it'd be less annoying. And yeah, I know I kind of interrupted whatever you were doing. Like, I'm sure you have all your little hobbies and whatever. But I figured you'd be into this. So there's this thrift store I've been wanting to check out. You might even find something that suits your taste. It's right this way. Come on, let's go. Oh, and now that you've shown up, don't start thinking about bailing or pretending you don't know me. What? Are you scared people will think I'm bullying you into this? Relax. You showed up on your own, and I'm not actually a bully. Remember? Anyway, stay close. I don't want to have to drag you over. Wait. Do you think this haircut suits me? Really? You always say that kind of thing out of nowhere. You know that, right? Yeah, it's literally the first time I've tried it. I saw this tutorial online and I figured, why not? You like it tied up like this? Me too, honestly. It's kind of nice. But I see you made an effort too. No point pretending you didn't. I noticed. Well, for someone who clearly had like 10 minutes to panic and pick outfits, you didn't do too bad. I'm impressed. Anyway, it's right here. Doesn't look like much, but apparently it's a gold mine for deals. Looks like we've got the whole store to ourselves. The fun thing about thrift stores is you never know the history behind what you find. Oh my god, look at this thing. A long black dress? It definitely belonged to some widow whose husbands all died mysteriously. Go look around on your side too. I said I wanted you close, but live your life a little. Wait, no. Actually, hold this for me. I'm gonna go try this on. Oh, and this one too. Oh wait, this skirt would go with it. I'm into anything semi-sheer. Lace, veils, that kind of thing. Oh, and silver jewelry. I'm a sucker for silver jewelry. Actually, can you hold this necklace too? And this bag. These boots too. They're a little scuffed, but I could totally fix them. Wait. You're literally carrying half the store right now. You look like a walking coat rack. Hold on. Let me take a few of those off of you. But wait. Let me get a picture first. All I can see is your head sticking out of that pile. This is killing me. But smile anyway for the photo. Come on. Smile for me. There. Just like that. I'm sending it to you right now. Congrats. You just got yourself a brand new profile picture. Anyway, enough talking. Time to actually try all this on. Hold this for a second. And don't peek. These fitting rooms have curtains instead of proper doors. You can wait over there. Close enough that I can find you. Oh no, I started it over. Also, welcome in everybody. How are you? What if I do mind ready? What if I do mind? Yeah, ready, get good. Okay, shall we continue with the stay out of your head, but I'm in your ears ready. Do you not want me there? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thanks for all the gifts up in the resubscribes, guys. We are finishing listening through, and then we'll swap over to the book. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Okay, come tell me what you think. It's a fitted black off the shoulder top with sheer mesh sleeves. The sleeves have little thumb holes. Totally the kind of thing I'm into. Okay, approval noted. I'm keeping this one in the maybe pile. I'm gonna try on a few more things. Go find something for yourself if you want. Just stay somewhere I can find you. Okay. Come over here. I think this outfit actually slays. It's a fitted black dress with a square cut top. The skirt's long with slits on both sides. There are these sheer black veils draped over the shoulders. They fall over the dress and move when I walk. Very mystical. What? Why are you being so quiet? Hello? Earth to you. Hey, stop staring at me like that. I'm gonna flick you on the forehead. Oh, there you are. Someone found their ability to speak again. Yeah, okay, I got it. You approve of the outfit. But you could have used actual words, like a civilized person. Don't let me catch you doing that again, okay? You were like 2 seconds away from drooling. Yes, you were. Your mouth was literally open. I had time to notice because you were just standing there, speechless. But anyway, I think I'm getting it. Not because you liked it. I already liked it before you started malfunctioning. Your reaction didn't affect my decision or anything. But tell me, did you seriously spend all of that time carrying my stuff and staring at me? And still not find anything for yourself? You did actually look, right? There's no way you found absolutely nothing in there. It's fine. I'm kidding. We're gonna find you something. If clothes aren't really your thing, we can check out the accessories. Like pins. A bat. Or maybe a black cat. Wait, look at this one. It says, fondle with care. That's so stupid. Okay, I'm getting you the black cat one. Go wait for me by the entrance. Lift your chin. Hold still. I'm just putting the pin I got you on. Stop moving. There. All done. I managed to talk them into giving me a discount, too. No, they weren't scared of me. It was just my amazing negotiation skills. I have a head for business. And you did surprisingly well today. So I guess I'm gonna have to reward you somehow. What if we did this again sometime? Not necessarily this store, just other stuff. whatever. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it yet. But you should think about it too. Give me some ideas for next time. And don't start acting pleased with yourself. This isn't a date. Anyway, I'm really thirsty. Not for water. Coffee, obviously. You can get me one. Come on. I know a place not too far from here. It's pretty chill. We shouldn't get bothered there. Let's go. Oh, damn. You love Dennis? I don't know if that was the PNG Dennis picked for himself, but here we are. Oh, hi, crowd. How are you? Welcome in to get some dinner. Thank you for the tribute. Oh, you needed more attentions, baby boy. Okay, come here. Oh, you can see the white on his tail. Staring at us. Yeah. It's a pretty baby boy. Trying to lay down. Are you trying to get down, baby? Yes, you always need more attention. That's fair. Fell got 2 pets in a row. To be fair, it's a cat. Yeah, it is. He's blocking my camera now, so you can't see me move, but he's more important. It's okay. Dennis doesn't mind. Yeah, does Faith not give you enough attention, Dennis? What the hell? So I have 3 cats. The one that is typically gonna lay on stream is gonna be Phil. He is my pretty baby boy. He's got white chest, a white ring around his tail, and a white toe. That's this one. I had art made for all of them. So that's Phil. And then I have Kira. That's this pretty little girl. She's my dog cat, cause she plays fetch. That's her favorite thing to do. She plays fetch. She follows me around the house and we play fetch. Love that you have art of them. So that's Kira, and that's Kira with her pea pod. Her pea pod is her baby. She carries it around all over the place. I about died when I couldn't find replacement pea pods, just in case. Because the one she got when she was a little baby, she has pulled all the stuffing out of, so it's just a fabric pea pod at this point. And it is so easy to lose. So there's Kira. And then I have little Miss Zex up here. She was up at the top. She is the one that you rarely see, and she rarely comes down. She is very skittish. She is super freaking soft, like the softest blanket you have ever touched. Soft. She's very aloof, very sassy. Sassiest tail ever. She has white between her back legs and some white toes. Are they siblings? They are not. I got them all from shelters. Fell I got in college. And then I picked up Kira once I moved into my house. And then I was fostering for a little while. And Zex is a foster fair. Fail. Oh my goodness. Cluster voids. I have been calling them the council. Every once in a while, I can get a good photo of all 3 of them sitting together and staring at me. It's cute. Okay, so we finished the audio. But yeah, no, I have 3 little voids. My 3 little black house panthers. Naughty Woodale. You would also stay ready? Is that unready though? My little demon, he screams. Kira has gotten to where she screams in the middle of the night, and it's not even screaming, she just meows. And I can't tell if it's because she likes hearing her own voice or if she needs like exercised more or played with more. I'm not sure. But Fel barely speaks. Zex doesn't typically speak. Zex likes to cuddle every night before bed though. Like when I come to bed, she hops up because she needs her cuddles. And if I'm up too late, she will come inform me of said too late. And then I have to go. Pops. What's your little demon's name? Just so you know, respectfully or disrespectfully? Poor unready. Okay, we are going to be switching over to the book. We are reading The Day the World Ended. I gotta move screens. Fel is now laying between me and the keyboard. There are photos of it in Discord. Not tonight, but of previous nights. And he likes to lay with his head on my hand, which makes using the mouse very difficult. As he does the same thing, says it's time for me to get out of bed. Oh no. Lucifer, that's so cute. Hi, Miss Ma'am. I see you there. Zex was just staring at me. Oh, no, she's going to my room now. They don't usually knock anything down, but they will come, like, lay on top of me or lay next to me. But I'm a pretty heavy sleeper, so they don't typically wake me up. Okay, we are chapter 6. There's the book, if you would like to follow along. Let's pin you, manually unpin after stream. Press up on your clean clothes. Ooh, damn. Mine don't usually do that. Zex has spots where she likes to pee, unfortunately. But she had a really bad UTI a few years ago. And that's how it started. So now I just keep puppy pads and like pet waterproof blankets in those spots just in case it comes back. Yeah, Miss Ma'am. His little bastard, but he's my little bastard. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. My stepbrother, stepmom, whatever, they used to have a cat. And the cats, if they came in, would stay in the boys' room because my dad's allergic. And one of them wouldn't clean the litter box. So the cat would start dragging his bedding into the litter box because the cat was annoyed with how dirty the litter box was. Okay. Why do you need to take your headphones off, Reddy? Can you not listen to the book with your headphones on? Okay, so up to this point, we are in Baden. We are looking for the vampire that we suspect is in the forest. We saw a giant bat. We saw some giant guards on top of a keep-looking thing. A cat named Mr. Biscuit, and we cannot clip his claws without sedation. Oof. Yeah, I've been working on getting Fel more cooperative care compliant. It's a slow process, but it's useful. Okay, baby boy. Okay. Chapter 6. Mr. John Lonergan. The orchestra in the gardens had ceased. Only distant strains from a band inside the curhouse and a mingling hum of conversation played like a sustained motif over rhythmic crunching of many leisurely feet when Mr. Lonergan joined me at a sheltered table. Noises, that's all. Like mouth noises? It's like drag my clothes to my brother leaves. Litter box. Ooh, maybe he just doesn't like your brother. That's also possible. He's 16. We give up. That's fair. What? Ready? What kind of noises? Yes. So Ready likes mouth noises. Got it. A waiter hovered in the background and... Beer, said Mr. Lonergan. It's surely a treat to be able to order beer and to get beer when you order it. Do you keep your private papers under lock and key in your apartment at the Regal? I stared at the speaker in the semi-darkness. To my shame, be it confessed, I had been somewhat distracted up to the time that he had so abruptly fired this question at me. Like, if I was my brother, like, yeah, it's certainly possible. Cats do that. I had been listening in memory to a laughing voice with a queer, deep note in it, and watching a tall, slender figure moving through the throng with easy, graceful, yet boyish steps. The waiter had been unable to tell me who she was, and I had not dared to follow, being already suspect by the guardian dragon. But of whom did she remind me? And why? But now I came sharply to my senses, and... I do, said I. Why do you ask? Because somebody was exploring in there a while back. What? In my room? I feel like we read this. It's fine, we can reread it. Surely. He rolled a very abbreviated cigar into a more comfortable position and paid for the beer, which was now set before us, as the waiter moved away. Thanks for coming, Seth. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I told her an open book. And I was right. Okay, if I'm saying it, that doesn't count, because I just pay attention. I'm gonna skim through and see what you see kind of book. Saying it before me. Okay. It must have been a manservant, I said quickly. He has the key. I'm talking sense, Lonergan rejoined ill-humoredly. The kite I mean had no key. He arrived and he quitted per balcony window. You saw this? And you let him escape? Suffering Moses, Lonergan groaned. However did you pull off the Brazil contract without brains? We did read this. I remember it now. He drank deep whilst I watched him in growing anger. After all, the man was no more than a hotel acquaintance, and I should have resented such rudeness even from an old friend, as he set down his glass. Possibly, Mr. Lonergan, I said smoothly. You confuse bad manners with wit. I assure you that I find nothing funny in being called a fool by a comparative stranger. Is that right? He replied, gloomily, and banged the table to attract the waiter's attention. Well, I'm not laughing. Here am I playing a lone hand in a murderous game, and I find out that one of the suspects is on my side of the border. He's a man that's done good work, and I look for intelligent cooperation. The waiter attended. "Beer," said Mr. Lonergan. "What do I find?" He shook his head gloomily. "Stupidity. But maybe I'm too hard on you. It's a game that needs experience. Listen, you're fussed. Forget it. If you and I are to go out of this pleasant spot alive, we have to be clever." As he spoke, somehow my anger changed to another emotion, in which wrath was present, certainly, but from which apprehension was not missing. Lonergan bent forward across the table, so that his face was lost in shadow. "We're covered at this very minute," he said tensely. "You and I are up against the toughest proposition that either of us have faced. Don't look around. I have a plan. We'll go back to the hotel." I reserved further comment, and some 10 minutes later, together we walked down the tree-lined arcade with its expensive little shops and a long, looked-in-taller alley. Okay, so I guess this is the question. Do we want to continue with this chapter or move on to the next one? Because I know we read this one. Hey, baby girl, what are you doing? No, nobody cares. Well, I asked a question and nobody's answered it yet, so I started popping. Whatever will you do? Miss Ma'am. Kira. Next chapter. Alright, do we remember what happened in this last one? Oh. Miss Kira. You can go lay in the box, pretty girl. You remember what happened? What happened, Reddy? My baby. Beer. I just said that. So, chapter 6. We met Mr. Lonergan, and then we went back to the hotel and made plans to try and suss out who the person was sneaking through the room. And then the Lonergan goes out and ends up catching somebody. Do we remember who that somebody was? It's Holmes with an L. Phil, you got cat hair on my lips. We're trying to remember who the person was that was sneaking around his rooms. No thoughts? Head empty? Sleep well, Matt. It was them ball. Mr. Paul. Technically, it is 6 chapters, and then each chapter has like 3 to 4 parts. Okay. So, we'll start with Chapter 7, Gaston Max's story. Thanks for your hospitality, my friends, said Mr. Ball. He threw his head back and confronted us with a scornful smile. I exchanged glances with Lonergan. That remarkable man, although he had discarded his footwear, had retained his cigar, and... You've got a gun packed, he growled. I can see the bulge from here. Entertain Mr. Paul while I go get my shoes. I parked them under a rose bush. He turned, walked out onto the balcony, and silently disappeared. I met the prisoner's unflinching stare and... Won't you sit down, Mr. Paul? I said, speaking in French, for no reason that I can assign other than the defiant figure with folded arms was so gallant and so Gallic. I must refuse. I accept no favors from such enemies. I have never been your enemy, I replied, without an echo of his high challenge. I was your guest tonight. If you can explain why you were eavesdropping outside my apartment, we shall continue to be friends. There are nuances in French beyond the compass of our grand but downright language. I have indicated what I said, but in the tongue of Mr. Paul, I said it with infinite delicacy. He was puzzled. So much was evident. You have a perfect Paris accent, he replied, but which equivocal compliment I knew he was playing for time. I cannot agree. I am but one. You. Nope. The tone of the interview, said I, rather rests upon yourself. I cannot agree. I am but one. You are many. My stare of bewilderment was so honest that its naivete broke through the armor of Mr. Paul's distrust. A familiar expression fled across his pale, handsome face. So he had looked at the Kerr house when I had assured him that my acquaintance was Madame Berg was only a week old. I'm afraid I don't know what you mean. Mr. Lonergan and myself make 2 to 1, certainly, but I cannot admit 2 to be many. What is this? Mr. Paul dropped his hands and bent forward, watching me. We stand alone. You represent the many. Whereupon, throwing up his palms and his eyes in a simultaneous gesture, Mon Dieu, Mr. Paul exclaimed, adding in English, how damn silly I am. At which moment, Lonergan re-entered, wearing his shoes and, I guess I'm damn silly too, he said. Listen, Woodville, I've been checking up on you out there. Don't get upstage. You were dead sure of me. My French is practicable, but not in the same class as yours. I followed what you said. Have you got a line on the facts? No, I replied angrily. Good job, Sazriel. It's a pretty little emote. Snake to feed. That's fair. Thanks for coming by, Crow. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Who knows what we're licking? Maybe we're just licking to make ready, unready. Because it's no. We don't need to lick me. Okay. Suffering Moses. Isn't it plain that what you thought of me and I thought of you, Mr. Paul here was thinking about both of us? I have been I have been a damn fool, the Frenchman exclaimed. So have I, said Lonergan sadly, but Woodville is the damnedest fool of the bunch. He hasn't got it now. Oh, but yes, certainly, cried Mr. Paul, and turned to me eagerly. It is plain, my dear Woodville, is it not? You two gentlemen are engaged upon the same matter as myself. You are watching Madame Berg and Felsenveer. So am I. And like a fool, I think you two are her lovers, or her accomplices. Perhaps both. Why's everybody got tongue emotes? Got it now? Lonergan growled. When I figure out the time I've wasted covering you, Woodville, and you, Mr. Paul, I guess I haven't the pluck to log. But, I broke in. One fool at a time, he said surlily. That's a word. Because licking is fun. Noted, ready. I was saying something. He turned again to Paul, and... My name's known to you, he went on. Mr. Woodville here was good enough to mention it. I'm Lonergan, United States Special Commissioner. But, name of a little dog, cried Paul. I know. You are John Lonergan? When I heard the name spoken, I knew. It was hearing Mr. Lonergan that told me what a fool I am. We have corresponded, and about this very matter. What? Said Lonergan. You exchanged letters with me in Paris, respecting Madame Berg 2 weeks ago. You had been advised at the service, and it was I who replied to you. We should have met, but you left suddenly. Lonergan removed his stumpy cigar. It was an unusual gesture. His drooping lids were fully raised. He stared at the speaker and... Name of Guston Max? He asked. Our uninvited guest bowed, showing a row of perfect teeth. Lonergan turned to me. Woodville, said he, meet Gaston Max of the Paris Service de Sûreté. How do I say that? Surrette? Okay, close enough. Just hiding behind not speaking. Why am I I mean, do you not want noted ready? Do you not want seen? Wait. Sazeril, are you licking feet? Is that what's happening? Nah. Yes, or toes. You can't make me. Boy, ready. Taking out the headphones now. Aw, ready. Why would you do that? You just want me to make all the mouth noises into the microphone. Or start whispering. We like the whispering, don't we? Yeah. Okay. We're reading a book quietly. So Reddy can hear all my mouth noises. Apparently. The thing that drives me through the roof. To each their own, I suppose. Part 2. Conversation between Lonergan and Gaston Max became technical. I gathered that the Frenchman enjoyed an international reputation, but since criminology hitherto had been out of my line, the name of Gaston Max had not reached me. His preeminence in his own trade was evident, however. Lonergan treated him with definite respect. So much did I feel out of the running that presently... Gentlemen, I interrupted. As a mere amateur, I should like to intrude a remark. So far, we have none of us been very wise. I have 2 suggestions to make. Cough 'em up, said Lonergan. Beer. The motion's carried, he declared. I rang for a waiter and, as an interested party, I went on. My second suggestion is this. Will Mr. Max be good enough to inform us in what way happenings in the Black Forest conserve the service de Sarette? But my dear Mr. Woodville, Max cried, I am most remiss. My apologies. I am your guest, although the invitation nearly strangled me. He turned again to Lonergan. I will speak to you later about that trick. Lonergan discarded half an inch of a cigar, and from his waistcoat pocket took a new one, the first I had ever seen him use. Matter of timing, he growled. Came a rap on the door and a waiter appeared. The same who had advised me to drop my inquiries respecting a giant bat seen in the neighborhood. I gave the necessary order, and as the waiter withdrew and we heard the outdoor close. No, Max exclaimed. I don't like that man. I think, from the way he looked at us, he knows something. I'm sure he does, I replied. Presently, I will tell you why I am sure. It struck me forcibly what an odd trio we were as we waited that suspected man's return. Lonergan, gaunt, gray-haired, and imperturbable. That's a weird word. Imperturbable, that's what it is. I try not to notice them, ready? Gray-haired and imperturbable, Gaston Max, darkly handsome and radiating a passionate energy and high spirits. And I, very brown-faced, I suppose, in contrast to my sallow companions, and no doubt very ordinary-looking by comparison with either. Both the American and the Frenchman would have claimed second glances, whereas one can meet a dozen Brian Woodvilles any fine morning in a walk from the mall through St. James to Bond Street. When presently the ordered refreshments arrived, it was another waiter who brought them. Exchanging nods with Lonergan, I made an inquiry, and, as the door closed, "Your waiter has gone off duty, sir," I was told. "Thank you. Good night, sir." As the door closed, Lonergan lighted his new cigar, and... "That first kite with the squint in his eye has gone to make a report," he declared. "At noon today, where I lunched, he was 3 tables away, covering me." Part 3. In an atmosphere of growing tension, almost physically to be felt, Gaston Max told his story. It served, amongst other things, to illustrate how big a part chance, or call it fate if you prefer, plays in all our lives. It was then the presence of the American agent in Paris and the nature of his correspondence with the French police authorities which had given the Service du Surete their first clue to a mystery 6 months old. Expressing himself unwillingly to call at headquarters or to receive a representative, Lonergan had asked for any information held by the service relative to Madame Berg. "Name of a good little man," Max exclaimed. "How puzzled we were by your invisibility." "Had my reasons," Lonergan growled. But when, in a telephone conversation, the facts about the radio disturbance in New England came into Max's possession, the link was established. They held no dossier Berg in Paris. They had never heard of Madame. But, following the conversation with Lonergan, Gaston Max immediately communicated with the police at Argels in the Pyrenees and asked a certain question. "While I am awaiting the results," said Max, "you disappear. So also does Madame Berg." "I was covering her." "So were we," cried Max. "Acting on your information, we knew she had gone to Germany, but none of my fools knew what had become of you, and the one in whom I had most faith described you as a dark man, fresh-colored, with a pointed beard." "That's right," Lonergan agreed, rolling his cigar reflectively. "I introduced myself to Madame Berg. That's why I thought I was safe." But at this, silently, as I had listened hitherto, I burst in. "You introduced yourself?" I exclaimed. "Please make this clear, because frankly, I'm quite out of my depth." "So also am I," Max declared. We have already so big. You're perched on the ear. Oh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right here. Suffering Moses, said Lonergan. I made the acquaintance of Madame Berg on the journey from Cherbourg to Paris as a dark man with a pointed beard and a mustache, member of an old southern family. Got that clear? Seeing she wasn't staying in Paris for long, I got to know where she was heading for. Then I told her that my maternal uncle, name of Aldous B. Cluster, was going the same way. Said I was leaving, but then he'd call up and pay his compliments. He did. He traveled along with her to Baden-Baden. Here he is. Thanks for the care package, Crod. Oh, fuck. I feel like my mouth's particularly noisy tonight. Poor Reddy. Whatever will you do? Poor Reddy. Poor Reddy. My mouth feels particularly noisy tonight. Reddy's having a blast. Good. Good. Okay. The eloquent face of Gaston Max was a study, but when he spoke, his question surprised me. How many passports do you use? He asked. 5. Open that other bottle. But, whilst I did as he suggested, I was watching Gaston Max, and that master sleuth was watching John Lonergan. Finally. You've got me beat, he declared. And the accent with which he pronounced the words, spoken by a Frenchman, astounded me. Even Lonergan's calm was disturbed. No wonder, Max went on in his usual manner, that you slipped through our fingers in Paris. No wonder I make a damn fool of myself here in Baden. My congratulations, monsieur. America employs clever men. Sir, Lonergan replied, I have to hand back the compliment to France. That Lower East Side stuff would pass on Mott Street. Having a blast, like half the time. The other half doesn't know what to do. So half of the time you're in stream, you're having a blast. The other half you're not? Is that what I'm hearing? Or like half of you recognizes that you're enjoying it and the other half doesn't know what to do with it? Is that closer to the truth? Sounds like Rennie hates me. Maybe. Which is it, Reddy? You enjoy half the time? Or half of you enjoys it and the other half doesn't know what to do about it? What to think or feel about it? Hmm. Well, I've said both things. So which is it? Number 2. Part 4. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know that I like that you discovered that you like mouth noises on my stream, because that feels like that I make particularly loud mouth noises. Oh no, man. Gaston Max, who was, as now began to dawn upon me, Francis Starr detective, told his singular story whilst I taxed my ingenuity in vain. I tried to discover a discrepancy in the appearance of Lonergan, which might help me to decide if the men I knew were the real men, or if the pictures of John Lonergan, in propria persona, attached, presumably to one of his 5 passports, would prove to be totally unfamiliar. No, it's not that. Kinda seems like it might be. Rather, more than 6 months earlier, I learned the little mountain township of, but I don't know how to say this word. How do I say this word? It's a place. Bonnier Tabares. Okay. I learned that little mountain township of Bonnier de Barres in the Hautes-Pyrénées had suffered a visitation unparalleled in French history. Of the total population, only 35 remained. So you knew about it. So you kept coming around because I'm particularly bad about it? Is that what I'm hearing? These owe their lives, Max explained, to the fact that on this fatal night they were not at home. Some were in the higher mountains above Bernese. Some were tending cattle. Some calling upon friends who lived in remote places. But of living creatures actually within the town, from the high bridge to the valley gate, only 7 survived. Stop a minute, Lonergan interrupted. You said living creatures. I did. Meaning cats, rats, canaries, and such? But certainly, even some of the insects. Just really focused at work. Feels like it had to focus on something. So you can enjoy the flirting without focusing on the mouth noises. Are mouth noises like feet for you? Does it just get you going? Is that what's happening? Not really. Okay. Elaborate. It's just a tickle. Oh, it's the ASMR thing. Okay. Wait, so do my normal streams do it too? This isn't bullying, it's asking questions. I'm allowed to ask questions. Yes. So normal streams, the mouth noises do it too. Noted. Is it just the mouth noises or is it the voice? It doesn't, just during these streams. Okay. Suffering Moses. We had the story back home. I remember the headlines. Whole town struck dead by lightning. Go right ahead. One moment, said I, interrupting Max in the act of raising a clenched fist in characteristic forensic gesture. We also had the story in London, I believe, although I was abroad at the time. But surely it was determined by meteorological experts that, owing to the peculiar setting of Barnet de Paris, a tremendous electrical discharge had brought about the tragedy. But certainly, Max agreed again. What else could one say? Of those witnesses who remained, no two were in accord as to the circumstances. True, there was thunder in the air. It seemed, at sunset, that a storm brewed. Black clouds hung over the mountains. Radio and telegraphic communication were disturbed. This was learned later. Then, at 9 o'clock, when most of those simple folk were in bed, it came. What came? Lonergan asked. Death came. That's agreed. The ill-humored voice went on. But you spoke of witnesses. What did they see? What did they hear? Gaston Max turned to me smilingly. He shrugged his shoulders. He is difficult, this one, he said. My American confrere. I should prefer, Mr. Lonergan, to tell the story in my own way, but I will step aside and answer your questions. My portfolio, I have 900 pages of notes on the Bergnier's mystery, is in my room. From memory, there was a vague booming sound, according to 2 witnesses. According to others, there was no sound at all. According to 5 or 6, there was a flickering light resembling a distant storm, and it played over the little valley in which the town lies. 3 or 4, equally well placed, failed to see such a light. But when those wanderers returned to their homes, gentlemen, they found tombs. Nothing lived in Berniers de Boris. You said there were 7 survivors, Lonergan complained. The artist and Gaston Max, and I began to realize that the man was essentially an artist, rose in revolt. Leaping from his chair, he strode to the far end of the apartment. For a while he stood there, whilst Lonergan rolled his cigar reflectively between thin lips. But when Max turned, he was smiling again. I said so, yes, he admitted. Notes are unnecessary. I will describe these 7. He faced us, 9 paces away. Tickle feeling when it happens. Okay. And it mainly only happens on ASMR nights. Noted. First, because she was so curious, I mentioned her first. There's a very old cow and an ancient stone bier. Second, third, and fourth, 3 deaf mutes. Fifth, an aged man who lived in a cellar the walls of which dated back to Roman times. Sixth, a woman about to give birth to a child. Seventh, the child. Quick, Lonergan was on his feet. Were there other cattle in that bier? No. Were the deaf mutes together, separated, or in the company of other people? One was alone. 2 were together with a woman. The woman died. The old man in the cellar? He was alone. The mother. A midwife was with her in the room. Her husband and her sister were in the house. Midwife, husband, and sister died. There was a moment of silence. It seems like nothing could cover those facts, Lonergan declared. So all the science of France proclaimed, Max answered. The service had not been called in. It did not appear to be their province, until one day you wrote to us. It was my department, and I dealt with you. When I heard of the silencing of radio in America, I said to myself, of what does this remind me? When you asked for the history of Madame Berg, I said, this name is new to me, but, Mr. Lonergan, you had sown the seed. Presently, so slowly as possible link suggested itself, I wired to the perfect of the what is that word? Arrondissement? I wired to the prefect of the arrondissement of Argels in the Haute Pyrenees. Well, said I, since Lonergan remained silent. He presently replied to my question. My question was, did Madame Berg visit Barniers de Barres at or about the time of the catastrophe? He replied, Madame Berg was staying at the sign of the Coq d'Or during that week. She disappeared on the night of the catastrophe. Ooh. So you don't like the whispering ASMR streams where they just make mouth noises, but somehow my mouth noises do it for you? Am I? Something about naturally occurring mouth noises, that's fair. It all gives me the tickling feeling, but there's a bad and good tickle, and it's usually a bad tickle, and that's with most mouth noises. Okay. I'm gonna equate this to, I can listen to animals eat food. I cannot listen to people eat food. If you ever send me a cooking TikTok, and it starts with them chomping and chewing and smacking as the first thing in the video, we're gonna have words. We're gonna have words, and I'm probably not gonna watch it. What do you mean, okay, ready? So you don't like the, dedicated mouth noise, whispering, tapping, sort of ASMR. That also includes animals. Yeah, no, I like listening to animals crunch and do the things. But if a person does it, absolutely not. I will lose my shit. Absolutely lose my shit. That's just my butt. Okay, are we ready for the next chapter? If it happens naturally, it's whatever. If it's unnatural, then it's a bad tickle. Okay. So it's just because my intent is to hide them. And not, I'm not sitting here trying to make all the fucking mouth noises. Although you did say the sucking teeth one does a thing for you. didn't you? That like clucking teeth suck thing. I do remember that one. That one. I'm just imagining you sitting there and just your whole full body shiver tingle up the spine. Kinda. Okay. Chapter 8. Wait, was that kind of to that was the noise? Or that's the reaction? No, hi, I go. How are you? Welcome in. Did you get some dinner? We're about to start chapter 8 of The Day the World Ended. How was work? You had Dairy Queen? How dare. Now a blizzard sounds really good. The noise, that's kind of the noise. Okay. Now let's scoop that kitty boxes. I'm about to go shower. Ooh, fair. Kitty boxes are never ending. That was also a joke. It wasn't. What? What? If we live closer, I'd bring you some and we could chill on your stream together. We could. You're right. Or just outside. Or on the porch. Or do gardening things. I would love somebody to do gardening things with. Or preserving things. It's fine. You would learn gardening. That's fair. I've been told that by multiple people, and they've shown zero interest in gardening. And so it's just me doing me things all by my lonesome. Okay. The Last Warning, Part 1. Following a silence of stupefaction, I can only describe it so. How did you join up with Madam? Lonergan asked. Want to learn, but I can't afford having one of those indoor garden things. Oh, I grew tomatoes in a giant pot in my apartment in college. I just put it in front of the window so it got sunlight most of the day. And I got little baby tomatoes. And now they make like specific apartment varieties that don't grow very big, but they produce a decent amount of fruit. Okay. I made her acquaintance here in the hotel, Max replied. Her associates seemed to be, first yourself, second Mr. Woodville. I was naturally suspicious of all this big cluster, knowing that Madame Berg had American interests. Also, Mr. Woodville. He turned to me. I looked upon you as a victim of this very fascinating woman. It's understandable, I admitted. I returned the compliment. Do you love me some tomatoes? There's actually quite a few things you can do inside, and I think I just left the windows open so the breeze got the pollen moving and grooving to pollinate things. But I think you can probably get ones that don't need pollination. I don't know, it's been a minute. Gaston Max shrugged, thrust a hand into his pocket and... Furies, he exclaimed. I forgot my cigarette case. One of those sudden ideas which, regrettably, came to me so rarely, came to me now. I crossed to the writing table, opened a drawer, and took out the caparol, which I had placed there. I offered it to Max. "Is this what you're looking for?" He accepted it, watching me wonderingly. He examined it and... "Suffering Moses," Lonergan growled. "I begin to have hopes for you, Mr. Woodville." "I rather think," I went on, "that you may have dropped this cigarette." "Mon Dieu!" He stared hard into my eyes. "I, too, am thinking. And yes, I know, at the cemetery gate." "Correct." And, as he spoke, his expression changed. It was as though a mask had been slipped aside. I found myself looking into haunted eyes, those same eyes which had stared out in my direction from a passing car on the previous night. Gaston Max laid his hand upon my shoulder. "My friend," he said, "it is necessary that I should bring my story up to date." He crossed to an armchair and dropped into it, looking from Lonergan to me. Then, "Last night," he continued, "I followed Madame Berg. She left the hotel after dinner, and I was curious about her movements. Bear in mind, gentlemen, that I believed my incognito to be unsuspected. I traced her, and she went to the cemetery on the hill." "We know she did," Lonergan interrupted. "Woodville met her coming away. I was covering you earlier on, but you handed me a rubber pass-out. What happened?" Max frowned. The artist beneath that cloak of Xavier Vivray, which the investigator wore. Savoir? I don't know French. Savoir vivre. Okay, well, this is an AI video. Savoir vivre. The artist beneath the cloak of savoir vivre, which the investigator wore, resented these intrusions, but... You were joking about that noise being the right... Great, cool. "You have interrupted me so often, my friend," he went on smilingly, "that I'm going to take the liberty of interrupting myself. I came to Baden-Baden expecting to find Madame Berg in touch with other members of a dangerous organization, which undoubtedly exists. I found her to be in touch with nobody but yourself and Mr. Woodville. You," he bowed to Lonergan, "occupied rooms which were not accessible. But you," turning to me, "were vulnerable." He paused, considered the cigarette which I had given him, placed it in an ashtray, and accepted one from my case, as he struck a match. "I came to this apartment yesterday," he continued, "while you were away. I was disturbed by the manservant. I hid in the wardrobe. I was trapped. When the man had gone, he came close to sun the shutters. I considered these. I made it possible for them to be raised from the outside. Then I departed." "But you returned later, last night," I suggested. "I did, and clumsily I awakened you. I hid under a bush and pretended to be the watchman. The real watchman nearly caught me. Again, tonight, I observed your meeting, gentlemen, at the Kurhaus." "Saw you," Lonergan drawled. "I tipped Woodville we were covered. That's how I roped you in later. But listen, it's urgent. Were you here earlier in the evening?" "I was not." Lonergan stared across at me. "Somebody was." said he simply. We're getting down to hard facts. And now, Mr. Max, maybe I've broken up your story quite a bit, but we come back to the point where you tracked Madame Berg to the layout and dropped a cigarette. Excuse my interruptions and go on from there. I will. Max stood up. Oh, God. Okay. She had entered the cemetery. She held the key of the gate. I heard the gate close behind her. Then I crept forward. 3 or 4 minutes had elapsed. Inside, the cemetery was all silent. No sound of footsteps. In the bright moonlight, I could see right along a broad path which stretched from the point where I stood to the farther wall. I tried the gate. It was locked. Madame Berg, you follow, had locked herself in among the graves. The strangeness of this brought me to pause. Why had she locked the gate behind her? There are horrible stories abroad, you understand, concerning the Black Forest, and Madame Berg is a woman of mystery, perhaps the high priestess of some new religion of destruction. I think best when I smoke. You say it would have been unwise to strike a match, but this point I had not considered when, almost without knowing, I took out my cigarette case. I withdrew a caporal. He paused dramatically then. As I did so, he went on, lowering his tone, a voice called on me by name. This voice, coming from nowhere, from no one, chilled my blood. I do not remember dropping the cigarette, but I know, now, that I must have done so. Gaston Max, the voice said, right at my elbow in the empty road. Return to Paris. You have 2 days. He stared from face to face, expecting incredulity, a clever man taxed beyond the limits of his experience when... We've made the grade together, Lonergan growled. We've all got the same time. We are reading The Day the World Ended. The link is pinned in the chat. We are about to start part 2 of chapter 8. Got it. So you lied. That wasn't the noise. Part 2. I could never forget those changing expressions which passed across the expressive faces of Gaston Max, whilst, as briefly as possible, I told him the story of the voice. That voice which had also spoken to me and to Lonergan. The fact that he was not alone with his bodiless terror seemed to remove a weight of years from him, as I concluded. It eased your mind somehow, some to know, Lonergan said. Woodville and I both sympathize, but expect that we're all together. I can't see that it helps on the case a lot. I disagree, Max cried. It proves that the supernatural, for so we must call it, works to plan, as does the normal. If this is so, we may upset those plans. Don't follow, Lonergan declared. But it is plain, the Frenchman exclaimed impatiently. There is reason behind this, and reason can work against reason. If it is not so, why have we all 2 days? Suffering Moses. Lonergan's tones were even less musical than usual. I've been thinking cross-eyed. Let's sort out the facts. The voice first spoke to me at 2 a.m. precisely last Sunday morning. It gave me 4 days to quit. 2 a.m. on Monday, it gave me 3. Exactly 1 hour later, I interrupted. It first spoke to me. 2 o'clock yesterday morning, Lonergan went on, I was given 2 days. At 9 last night, Max cried, I also was given 2 days. More than one of them has passed. I looked at my wristwatch, 1:30. It is now, I began, but I was interrupted. Gaston Max, said the voice. We all sprang to our feet. John Lonergan. I glanced at Lonergan. His mask of red Indian stoicism failed to hide the fact that he had paled. Brian Woodville. We stood there, a tense trio, and silence, which seemed to throb then. All 3 have until tomorrow midnight, the voice went on. This is the last warning. You have until tomorrow midnight. Ooh. Okay, we are on chapter 9. Chapter 9, Lonergan Deserts, Part 1. In my records of this encounter with a creature more than humanly terrible, in my memories of the part I played in, literally saving the world from destruction the following day, it was a Wednesday, forms a peak. It was destined to be memorable. We had until midnight. Since our feeble subterfuges were plainly matter of laughter on the part of the voice, we had agreed to breakfast together on the balcony of my apartment. As I came out of the bathroom and stood for a moment, looking across sunny lawns where gaily chattering holiday makers already hurried to their hotels from early constitutionals, I questioned, once again, the reality of it all. Gaston Max's story. What did it mean? That the presence of Madame Berg in the stricken village had been accidental was an explanation which reason rejected. Her visit to Hartford, Connecticut, at the time of the radio mystery, made it impossible to ignore the significance of what might otherwise have passed for coincidence. A tremendous electrical discharge, someone had said in speaking of the Pyrenees tragedy, and the American mystery was also one of unknown waves. Perhaps the high priestess of some new religion of destruction. Madame Berg had been so described by Gaston Max. At the time appointed, the latter gentleman joined me. He wore gray flannels and a blue reefer jacket. His socks, his shirt, and his tie harmonized pleasingly. Ah, he exclaimed, coming up the steps. Our American friend is late. Not I. Not yet, said I, consulting my watch. You are absolutely on time. He dropped into a chair and stared reflectively at the beautiful prospect. Presently, I have been watching trout down there in the stream, he said. Inspiring idea. What about trout for breakfast? Good, he acknowledged, adding characteristically, I am all for it. Early breakfast is not in my line, but blue trout, toast, and a cup of coffee? Yes, I could manage this, but... He glanced aside at me. It was not of breakfast I was thinking as I watched those trout. No. They head always upstream, watching the oncoming water. Any danger, they suppose, would approach on the current, which they can see. They do not realize, being fishes, that they are trapped. He is snoring. That it is only a question of somebody's whim how soon they will be cooked and eaten. I stared at him curiously. He was not looking in my direction. Seen in profile, he had a magnificent head. We are heading upstream, he went on. You and I and Mr. Lonergan. But we have this advantage over the trout. We do know when we are to be cooked. At midnight? He shrugged. Say, rather at any time after midnight. But where we share the ignorance of the fishes is in this. We do not know how we are going to be cooked, nor by whom we are going to be eaten. Following a short silence, during which I caught snatches of careless conversation from distant passers-by, wafted to me over the song of the little stream. Having slept on the problem, I said, has any theory explaining the voice occurred to you? None. Thanks for the tribute, Shadow. How are you? Welcome in. Did you get some dinner? Or want to account for the giant bat? He turned to me impulsively and, I tell you, he declared, we are face to face with powers against which we are as helpless as those trout in the ooze are helpless against the net. A silence fell upon us, in which no doubt Gaston Max was thinking, as I was thinking, that Lonergan, usually a model of punctuality, had presumably overslept. When, after some aimless chat, which mainly served to hide a mutual doubt, 15 minutes passed, and our American colleague still remained absent, I made a suggestion. Either Lonergan has forgotten the appointment, I said, or something is wrong with him. If you'll excuse me for a moment, I will make inquiries. I wish you would. I crossed to the telephone and, remembering only just in time that the name in which Lonergan was registered at the hotel. Would you call Mr. Cluster's room? I said to the clerk who answered. I don't know his number. There was a silent interval, then. Mr. Woodville? Inquired another voice, that of an assistant manager whom I knew fairly well. Yes. You are asking for Mr. Cluster? I am surprised he neglected to advise you. Mr. Cluster has gone. He left for Dusseldorf by an early train. Part 2. One wise fish has escaped the net, said Gaston Max. But, frankly, I regarded Lonergan's desertion less lightly. If ever I had come upon a man whom obstacles stimulated and to whom danger was refreshment, that man was surely John Lonergan. Besides, ignominy... That's a word. Fell snoring so loud. Besides, ignominious flight was childish. A plain defection from duty with 2 witnesses to testify against Washington's special commissioner. It was utterly incomprehensible. It is plain, is it not? Said Max as we strolled through the gardens after breakfast. that for us to attempt to hide our movements from M, the voice is simply silly. Quite plain. Mr. Lonergan has recognized this, so do not let us judge him hastily. I paused, staring at the speaker, but... You and I, he went on smilingly, have until midnight. Let us use this time to the best advantage. What line of inquiry had you intended to follow today? I had planned to visit the Felsenveer mausoleum in the cemetery. Curious, Max murmured. So had I. Let us go together. A sudden and oppressive darkness had fallen when, half an hour later, we set out. The hall porter offered a word of advice. Don't go too far, sir. When it rains in Baden this season, it rains hard. Nevertheless, we risked it. I welcomed the Frenchman's company, although his usual amusing chatter was absent during our walk up to the old cemetery. I could not reconcile Lonergan's desertion with the character of the man. I believed that Gaston Max had a theory, and he remained silent. Perhaps I was a little bit resentful. Some few parties returning to the town we met, driven by the threatening storm, but beyond, where the steep path bent sharply to the left, offering a prospect of the roofs of Baden-Baden, we had the road to ourselves. An awning of cloud hung over the green bowl which shelters the town. Its effect was queerly forbidding. Robbed of sunshine, Baden looked like a dead place, like the shell of a fly. Why did the image suggest itself? Whose life had been sucked out by a spider, and as the unpleasant thought came to mind, "Do you know," said Gaston Max suddenly, "that up to the year 1449, or 1549, forgive my bad history, I am not sure which it is, there was a village of Felsenveer?" "No." "There was. No trace of it remains, I am told. It was deserted by all its inhabitants, and now the forest is partly reclaimed to the soil and occupied." "Why was it deserted?" "Because of the plague." "You mean the Black Death, called in Germany, I believe, the Bossel Death?" No, not at all. This was another kind of plague. One by one they died, the people of Felsenveer. They wasted away, and it was said, those were the Dark Ages, Mr. Woodville, that a vampire was visiting the village. Good heavens. I pulled up shortly. The angry curtain drawn over the valley now touched with its eastern edge higher slopes of the hills. Premature night threatened us, and no fellow travelers followed the road. Cast back by Max's words into a dim past haunted by witches and werewolves, I saw the old plague in operation. I saw again a gigantic bat alighting amid the tombs. The red mouth of Madame Berg smiled at me, and I heard the voice. We are Chapter 9, Part 2, about halfway through. Oh, less than that. No, I'm about halfway through. Does it surprise you? No, but it seems to link up with more recent rumors. I must compliment you on your thoroughness. This story is new to me. Was anyone identified as the vampire? But yes, those superstitious peasants traced the trouble to Adelheid, a countess of Felsenveer. She was dead, you understand. They enlisted the authority of Mother Church, and she was removed from the family vault and buried elsewhere, with a stake through her heart. Then the Felsenwehr tomb has remained closed since the day that long-dead lady was taken from it. And now we had reached the cemetery. Its gate was open, but the impending storm had deterred visitors. A phenomenal gloom lay over the place, normally gloomy enough. It appeared deserted. Gaston Max looked up at the pall above and, "We are in for a drenching, I think," he said. "But no matter. There is no one whose attention we are likely to attract." "No one that we can see." Max shrugged his shoulders. "The invisible we cannot hope to dodge. In the course of my professional duties, Mr. Woodville, I have of course come in contact with strange things, but never before have I been tracked by a disembodied voice, nor met with giant bats. Failing some new light on these mysteries, I must confess myself defeated, but until midnight we can go on hoping." "And after midnight?" "We may have nothing to hope for." He made a weary gesture, smiling lightly, but his manner, as did my own, concealed a deep unrest. In sunshine, it had been possible to shake off the incubus of that invisible menace. Personally, I am not ashamed to admit that now, surrounded by tombs, curtained by a lowering storm, a vast uneasiness was claiming me. What my feelings must be when midnight came, I preferred not to imagine. In silence we walked along the path, turning to the left, to the right, and to the left again, until, in the oldest part of the cemetery, we stood before the strangely conceived tomb of the Felsenweers. There was something barbaric in its form. It vaguely resembled a mosque, and I wondered if its builder had been influenced by the Crusades. A Felsenweer banner had flown in Palestine. 2 ancient cypresses guarded the door, and this door was of some time-blackened wood, covered with iron scrollwork and seeming to have been unopened for generations. In fact, the queer square building, which palpably had not known a restorer's hand ordinarily, I thought, must have lain in ruin. There was something phenomenal in its solidity. Set in worn stonework above this door, a device had been carved. But time or the hand of man, I could not be sure which, had completely defaced it. No doubt it had represented the crest of the Felsenweers, but none could have deciphered it now. Gaston Max stepped forward and examined the medieval fastenings. He tested the strength of the woodwork. He turned, smiled, and shrugged. Then, from an inner pocket, he took out a lens. He examined the lock, the hinges, and the worn stonework below. He replaced the lens. "This door has not been opened for many years," he declared positively. Part 3. I'm so far, you're so far. Vegetation grew close up to the mausoleum on 2 sides, rank and unkempt. There was an ancient, musty smell. "Stay where you are on the path, please," said Max. "There is something I wish to investigate." Stepping mincingly like a dancing master, he forced a delicate way through the undergrowth, stooping and peering at the soft ground. In this way he performed a circuit of the building. He rejoined me and again shrugged characteristically. "Not a trace," he reported. "No steps but mine have disturbed the smelly tangle for long enough. Name of a good little man. The vampire leaves no footprints. It is not from here, Mr. Woodville, that our charming friend Madame Berg was coming when you met her." The storm had gathered so blackly above us that I was anxious to commence the return journey when... One thing more, said Max softly. He was gazing through ever-growing darkness along the path westward. What? He pointed, and I stared wonderingly in the direction indicated. Mysterious, he murmured. Yet perhaps no more so than a coincidence. But amid all these ancient tombs, most of them hundreds of years old, there is one yonder, you see, which has been renovated quite recently. To my mind, the explanation was simple enough, but Max's expression held a sudden triumph as we walked along the narrow, mossy path and stood before the monument which had arrested his attention. It bore no inscription and was palpably of great age, but, as he had said, signs of recent repair were evident. As Max, drawing the lens again from his pocket, stooped and began to examine the crevices in the stonework, a blinding flash of lightning came. It whitely illuminated the prospect. It seemed like a reproach, a threat to those who would disturb the dwellings of the dead. Max started upright. My own heart seemed to miss a beat. Baby boy. As he turned to me, although his face, thus lighted, looked unnaturally pale, he was smiling, and I thought there was triumph in his glance. I may be wrong, he said enigmatically, but I think I am right. My reply was drowned in a deafening crackle of thunder. In silence, we turned and ran along the path as the first great drops of rain began to fall. We made for the lich gate, the only shelter we knew. What prompted me to look back from the corner of the main path I cannot say, but I did so. A tall, cloaked figure was standing by the Felsenberg gate, vault, and I thought of the Countess Adelheid. Max, I cried. He was 5 paces ahead of me, but he pulled up with a jerk and turned. Even as he did so, the figure vanished. There came another blinding flash of lightning, followed by a torrent of rain. What? He impatiently. Nothing. I must have been mistaken. And we ran on, side by side. And that concludes chapter 9. It's about time too. How are we feeling? Skipping to the sunset. I mean, chapter 10 is 2 Turkish ladies, so... Start on chapter... Those aren't what I wanted. Oh no. Oh. Excuse me. Val, you made me sneeze. I'm blaming you for this, petty boy. Okay, so we got through 3 whole chapters and a script. We will begin chapter 10 either next week or the week after. Let's see, how many chapters do we have in this book? Who do you suppose it was lurking by the mausoleum? Looks like we have 25. Yeah. Looks like we have 25 chapters. You think it was Fall Out Boy near the mausoleum? I don't think it was, though. I don't think it was. I think it might have been Madamberg. or some unknown person we have yet to meet. That is also possible. Does anybody have any fun plans for the week ahead? Looks like we're likely going back to the fireplace because I don't see anybody on doing ASMR that I would trust to go to that's not gonna be loud. Oh my god. No, fell. God damn it. Get off my keyboard. I love you, baby, but you gotta not lay on my keyboard. Yeah. Yeah, pretty boy. Can you get in your box so I can finish stream? Into your box, please. All the way over. Go on. Thank you. Okay. Thanks for coming, everybody. No, fell. No. Into your box. No. Into your box. Or get down. Into your box or get down. No. Go. Into your box. Okay. We have socials if you'd like to follow me anywhere else. It's the merch if you... you little shit. It's the merch if you're interested in that. Here's the throne if you'd like to spoil me with anything. You know you're being a shit. I will for sure be back Friday. Dude, you're in my way. Dude, you're in my way. Probably with Diablo. Don't flick your tail at me. I should have another audio coming this week. I think I'm gonna drop those on Wednesdays whenever they're ready. So I've got the your older neighbor catches you out alone and you go on a little date. He's just trying to say bye. No, he's trying to get right in my face. Which... Older woman audio. We recorded on stream, so that is in VODs. It was... She finds you out at a restaurant after you've kind of gotten stood up. And you guys kind of have a little date, and then there's a confession. And then I also have the rain one being worked on. That one's actually almost done. 2. So that one will be coming. And then the next one I have to get done the Goth Bully 1. And then we have Goth Bully 2. Could need to find another script for next week. Rain one was the last one you heard. Yeah, so the older woman one was 2 before that, I think. Because we did Older Woman, and then we did the Alanis Morissette song one. That was kind of an odd one. And then we did the Rain one. Baby boy, you can't just lay on my keyboard. You're too cute, but fuck me, dog. Okay, we are gonna go raid what fireplace. Nice, calm, chill, soft sound. That way anybody's sleeping doesn't wake up. You can't control when I raid. No raid message because I think it's just a 24/7 stream. Where's mine? What the hell? Ew. Ready. You like your beef well done? Ready. What? What do you mean you like your beef well done ready? Never. Never ever. Yeah, you like your steak well done? Yes, Crown. Medium rare, all the way. Alright, let's write out. I'll for sure be back Friday. If I can snag Neff for Thursday, we might do Thursday, but I'll probably have to plan it a few weeks out. Neff is a busybody. Okay. Thanks for coming, everybody. Let's start the raid. Have a good rest of your week. Hopefully you've got something exciting or nothing too crazy going on. Nice, chill, calm week. That's what we're aiming for. Alright, kids. Get some food. Get some water. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.